Hello everyone, welcome to the Sandpoint on stream. In this particular video lecture, we are going to discuss about the paper of WRD department which was held in year 2017. And our main focus will be on the questions which came from the topic of fluid mechanics and open channel. And it has been seen that there were total 4 questions which appeared in that paper. Now you must be knowing that the exam is again going to be held in the month of July in year 2021, that is this year. So this particular video and the concepts that we are going to discuss in this will definitely help you in the upcoming exam. So here we have the first question in which a venturimeter is provided to us along with its dimension, and it has been asked we have to find the coefficient of discharge. Now this coefficient of discharge is denoted by CD, and this is the thing which is unknown in this particular problem. Now in order to solve it, first we should know what is the concept behind the venturimeter and how does it works. So here in this diagram you can see that a venturimeter has been installed in a pipe section. So this blue portion is showing the pipe, in which this orange portion is called as the venturimeter. Here you can see it is having a converging portion, then the middle portion is called as throat, and then we have the diverging part. So the main purpose of installing this venturimeter is that we are able to measure the discharge that is going to flow through the pipe. Now here you can see that at throat the diameter of the pipe is less, while the pipe section is having the diameter say as D1. So here diameter is D1. At section 2, which is the throat section, the diameter is D2. So I can say that D1 is greater than D2. Also we can write the relationship for the area at section 1 and section 2. So A1 will be greater than A2. Now we know one concept of the continuity equation. So Q is equal to A times of V. Now here when the water is flowing through this pipe, the discharge should remain constant. But at section 2 we have reduced the area. We can clearly see here A2 is less than A1. So if area has been reduced, that means the velocity should increase. So the velocity value will be more at section 2. So I can write that V1 will be less than V2. Now V2 is increasing because area has been reduced at the throat section. So if I can write this expression that V2 is greater than V1, this means that the velocity head at section 2 is more than the velocity head at section 1. Since velocity head is more, that means the pressure head is decreasing. So I can say that if I have to compare the pressure at section 1 and section 2, so pressure at section 1 is greater than section 2. Now how I can say this? Simply because we are going to apply the Bernoulli's equation. So in Bernoulli's equation, the total energy should remain constant. So if the velocity head is increasing, the pressure head will reduce. So P2 value will be less than P1. And this is the basic function of the venturimeter, why it has been installed here. Because in order to write the Bernoulli equation, the section should change. The cross-sectional area should change. Then only there will be change in the pressure. By creating this change in pressure, now we are able to apply the Bernoulli's equation. And this change in pressure can be computed here, and it is denoted by small h. Now this particular device will help us in calculating the discharge. So for that we have a formula. What is the formula? The formula is Q actual is equal to CD times of Q theoretical. Now this CD is basically called as coefficient of discharge, and it is denoting that there is some variation in the actual discharge and the theoretical discharge that we are going to compute. Now why there is difference? The difference is simply because of the losses that are going to occur due to the change in section. So due to this, the loss will be there. That's why the actual value will not be equal to the theoretical value. So now if I substitute the values, the formula becomes CD into A1 into A2, which are the respective areas at section 1 and section 2, multiply by under root 2 times of G into H. Now this H is basically the H we can see in the figure here, which is the pressure difference at section 1 and section 2, whole divided by under root of A1 square minus A2 square. And this Q actual value is given in the problem to us. All other parameters are known except the value of CD. So let's see what data has been provided to us. So here first thing is that the diameter of the throat section is given. That means D2 value is known as 7.5 centimeter. So we can convert it into meter. I can write it as 0.075 meter. Similarly, the diameter of the pipe is also known. So diameter is D1, which is given as 15 centimeter. So this 15 centimeter, again I can convert it into meter, 0.15 meter. This is the diameter. The next thing is the actual value of discharge, which can be computed using the Venturi meter, that is given as 30 liter per second. This value is also given. Now, in order to put the value in the formula, we are going to convert this value into meter cube per second. So I will be writing it as 30 into 10 raised to power minus 3 meter cube per second. Next data is that the difference of the head at the throat section and at the pipe section is 2.45. That means the H value is also known, which is 2.45. Now we are in a position to put all these values in the equations which we have just seen here. So let's put the value here. So Q actual, the value was 30 into 10 raised to power minus 3. CD is unknown. CD is unknown. Area 1 is pi by 4 into D1 square. And D1 we have just calculated, the value of that is 0.15 square. A2 is pi by 4 into 0.075 square under root of 2 into 9.81 multiply by H, which is 2.45 in this particular question, whole divided by under root of pi by 4 into D1 square. So D1 was 0.15 square. So we have to consider the square of this value, minus pi by 4 into A2. Now A2 will be corresponding to D2. So D2 value is 0.075 square and square of this value. So now just we can calculate the value of CD using the calculator. Using the calculator we can obtain the value. So on calculating we can cancel certain terms. Pi by 4 can be taken common from the denominator. Here pi by 4 square is there. Here you can see that pi by 4 square is there, and here also pi by 4 square is there. So this pi by 4 square can be taken common, and under root is also present. That means in denominator we will be left with pi by 4. So 1 pi by 4 is in denominator, which will cancel with 1 pi by 4 in the numerator. So this way we can make our calculation bit simpler. So let's do that. So now I am saying that this value remains same, 30 into 10 raised to power minus 3, no change in this. 1 pi by 4 is going to cancel with the pi by 4 which is available below. So we will be left with CD into 0.15 square. This pi by 4 will remain as it is, it will not cancel out. 0.075 square under root of 2 into 9.81 into 2.45 whole divided by under root of 0.15 raised to power 4 minus 0.075 raised to power 4. Now you can put all the values in the calculator and you can get the value of CD. So from here the CD value will come out to be 0.948, which is something similar to, you can write it as 0.95. So I can write this value as 0.95. Now let's go to the options that we have here. So option 2 is the correct answer because 0.95 is available and we are getting the closer value to that. Now you might be thinking that this particular question was a bit tricky because if in the exam the calculator is not allowed, then how to solve this problem? Now here we are getting power 4, under root terms are there, then how to calculate this particular question in the exam? So for that I am giving you one additional information that for the Venturi meter the CD value is having a particular range. the CD value lies between 0.94 to 0.98. This is the common range for the CD. So even if you don't remember this formula, then also you could have solved this question by knowing this much information. So from here it is being said that CD value will be 0.94 to 0.98. So only one option will be correct, that is our second option. So from here this question could have been solved quite easily. Now let's discuss the next problem that we have here. So here in this question it has been asked that if we are going to change the discharge, what will be the effect in the specific speed of the pump? So we should know first what is the formula in order to calculate the specific speed for the pump. So the formula says Ns is equal to N under root of Q divided by H raised to power 3 by 4. This is the common formula which we use for the computation of specific speed of the pump. Now what is this Ns value? Now this Ns is basically denoting what should be the rotation speed of the pump such that the discharge that is going to be delivered by the pump is 1 meter cube per second. So Q value is 1 meter cube per second. And this discharge is being delivered at a height of 1 meter. So H value is 1 meter. So if I substitute this value in the equation, Ns value comes out to be equal to N. So Ns is that value of rotation of the pump when the discharge value is 1 meter cube per second and it is lifting the water for 1 meter height. Now this number basically helps us in comparing different types of pumps and their performances. Now in this question they are asking that if we are going to change the discharge, now the discharge is going to be made half, then what will be the effect on the specific speed? So let's see what will be the effect. So initially this was the condition, this was our formula. Now we are making the discharge to be half. So let's see what will be the change. So I am calling now it will be as Ns dash. Now the new specific speed that we are going to get is say Ns dash. So this will be N multiplied by under root of Q. So under root of Q can be written as now Q by 2 because the discharge has been made as half. And there is no change in the head. It is being said the same head we are having now. So H raised to power 3 by 4. Now let's simplify it a bit. So this becomes N under root of Q into 1 by root 2 whole divided by H raised to power 3 by 4. The next step I can write that Ns dash is equal to, now this thing which we have marked here or encircled here, this is same as the Ns which was initially present. So initial Ns was this, and now it has to be multiplied by 1 by root 2. So now the new specific speed of the pump is equal to Ns divided by root 2. But here if we go by the options, none of the option is correct. Option second would have been correct if here divided by sign was there. So seeing the option, no option is correct for this particular question, neither 1, 2, 3 or 4. But the correct answer will be Ns by root 2. Now let's discuss the next problem. In the next question it is given that there are 3 statements, we have to choose which one is the correct statement. So the first statement says that the pitted tube is used for measuring the velocity of flow in the pump. So let's see what is the concept of pitot tube. So here I have drawn the diagram. So in this diagram you can see that this is the pipe section, this is the pipe section, and in this pipe we have inserted a tube. We have inserted a tube which is called as pitot tube. The main purpose of inserting this tube is that we are able to compute the velocity. So here the formula is also written that the velocity of the flow which is happening through the pipe is given by under root 2 into G into H dynamic. Now this H dynamic can be calculated by measuring the head difference at this stagnation point where the pitot tube has been inserted, and there is another position where we are measuring the static pressure. So the difference of these two, this H is basically called as the dynamic head. So from here we can find the velocity of flow which is happening through the main pipe. So this statement is correct that the pitot tube is used for measuring the velocity. Second statement is the manometer is used for measuring the fluid pressure. This statement is also correct. We know that the device which is commonly used for measuring the pressure through the pipes is the manometer. And just now we have seen about the third statement, that venturimeter is the device by the help of which we can measure the discharge in the pipe. So all the three statements are correct in this particular question. So if we go by the options, the correct option will be option 4. Now the last problem which came from open channel. The earlier three problems were from the fluid mechanics, but this last problem is from the open channel. Now here it is given that we have a hydraulically efficient rectangular channel bed with the width of 5 meter. So here I am drawing the rectangular channel whose depth is given as whose width is given as 5 meter. So this value is 5 meter. So I am mentioning also. So the value of B is 5 meter. Suppose the level of the water is say up till the height y. So up till this point we are having the height of the water which is available, and this height is say small y. I am denoting it by small y. So now what they are asking is we have to calculate the hydraulic radius for this section, and the condition given is that it is a hydraulically efficient rectangular channel. So let's understand first what is hydraulically efficient rectangular channel. So any channel will be called as hydraulically efficient such that we are going to obtain the maximum discharge through it. What we are looking for here is we want to obtain the maximum discharge for minimum parameter. So parameter must be least. This is the condition of hydraulically efficient rectangular channel. Now why parameter should be least? So that we can save the cost of building the canal, for lining the canal. So that's why for least value or for minimum value of parameter, we should achieve the maximum value of discharge. So when we try to achieve this condition of hydraulically efficient rectangular channel, then the condition that comes is B is equal to 2 times of y. So the relationship between B and y is basically established. Now here they are asking about the hydraulic radius. Hydraulic radius is represented by capital R, which is given as capital A divided by wetted parameter. So A is the cross-sectional area of the flow. So the flow will happen through this much area. So I am marking the area. This is the area through which the flow will happen. And I am also showing what is the wetted parameter. So wetted parameter is basically this portion which I have marked with the green color. So let's put the values. So what is the area? Area will be simply B into y. And what will be the parameter? Parameter will be this y, then we have B, then again y. So I can write B plus 2y is the wetted parameter. But from this relationship of hydraulically efficient rectangular channel section, I can say that this value of B I can write as 2y. So in the denominator, it will become 2y plus 2y, which will be 4y. So from here y and y will get cancelled out. So we'll get B by 4. And the B value is given in the problem as 5. So the answer will be 5 by 4, which comes out to be 1.25. So the correct answer for this question will be option 1. So option 1 is our correct answer, which is 1.25 meter. So these were the 4 questions which came from this particular subject of fluid mechanics and open channel in year 2017 for the WRD department. Now we will be coming up with some other subjects, important subjects for which the questions have been asked. So that's all in this lecture. Thank you.